Dawn of War Stronghold! It is I, Unseen Strike. And let me tell you, I think we have good news. First of all, our smug-faced guardsman is back in action tonight. It's good to see him. He was one of the first. Second of all, I think we've got it fixed. Okay, and this is great. I know the last whole bunch of videos have been just quality-wise really shoddy. We all came together on the stream, which I'm currently not live streaming on. We came together. We did a lot of tweaking on settings on OBS, and I think we got it. So, this video is going to be the guinea pig. It's going to be the only video in this batch. It's currently 12 a.m. I'm going to wake up the whole damn house because I think we got a real good game coming up. We have Orcs versus Necrons. Average map hack enjoyer versus Focus on Quest's Triumph. Not a map you see too often. So yeah, I believe we have our settings down for the game. So I'm pretty excited. I do have the fog removal going on, and I reinstalled my mods as well. We were desperate. We were trying everything we could. So I think we got it. We were using a crazy bitrate on OBS. We tried my graphics card, my CPU, the whole nine. Nothing was working. A hero, Ghostly Frog, came in to the Twitch chat, and he saved our day. So if this works, he's the mayor, right? But if it don't work, you know, that's it. He's a heretic. Somebody calling the Inquisition. Anyway, let's get back to the game. We have Orcs here going into the boys' hut, into Generator. Let's see, he queues up a shooter squad, potentially Big Mac following up. Across the pond here, we have Necrons going triple gens. 4 gens coming up here. Necron Lord is not coming. It's going to be Warriors first. This is a pretty good map for Orc play. Lots of eco opportunities. It's pretty small, pretty tight areas. Lots of fighting opportunities here. Shooters work well in the middle. And our smug face is guarding the spoils. He's doing his job. Good job, guardsman. Okay, Big Mac's here. Orcs capping up. Necron's staying at 4 gens. We're going to see here that the game is going to be in the Necron's court with what he does. We have a Necron Lord. We get a 5th generator, depending on the map control. Do we get the Forbidden Archive Tier 1 armory building? Do we, or the Summoning Core, excuse my French. There's the 5th generator. Okay, so, here we go. Orcs moving out. Gretchen's flying around. A lot of orcs capping. A lot of things belonging to people and things and orcs. Okay, Gretchen's flying around here. Let's see where this Necron Lord goes first. He should be done. He's about halfway done. Big Mech is coming. Eco is 62-10 versus 40. Okay, Big Mech finds a Slugger squad. He immediately uses his teleport. Here we go. He found some Scarabs. Scarabs are floating away. Very harmless. Maybe lose a model or two. Lots of DACA coming in. Big Mech didn't like those Sluggers. They weren't mean and green enough, so they ran away. Gretchen's build the forward LP, and he's getting the upgrade right away. I do like the forward LP upgrade. The problem is with this Necron Lord, he can just come down here and poke it to death, and there's nothing to stop him. So let's see where the Necron goes. You know, I really like this color. Come back here. I really like this color scheme on the Necron. It's real mean. Very angry green looking. Double shooters die. 3rd about to go down. Necron Lord's not the greatest in ranged. He does get a couple shots off. Does he get the 3rd shooter? No, he's in the light cover. Gretchen's doing the right thing here, building up in the field, making it so that much harder to harass this position here. LP-wise, nobody's taking any of the critical locations in the middle or top or bottom. LPs are starting to get upgraded for the Orcs. Necron Lord, where did he go? He's just hanging out down here. Content to let the Scarabs go. And here we go. First big engagement here. If I was the Orcs, I'm not sure I would really take this. There's no need to push into these Necron Warriors. They're free. He did put 35 power. He put 70 power into these Necrons. They start out as a squad of 3. They're not free to reinforce, just free to cast. Necron Lord jumps in, immediately backhands a shooter. Meanwhile, Necron Warriors in the back facing Sluggers. I believe they win. Necron Lord gets a nice sync kill. This whole squad is now held up. Big Mech will win the fight at some point. Necron Warriors, interestingly enough, decided to beat the living heck out of that listening post. Necron Lord jumps out. just trying to get the decap. Necron Lord did not jump out. He's actually still right there. What am I talking about? Big Mech taking a couple slaps on the side there. Gretchens are not cloaked, so they can take some damage. Shooters comfortably shooting in the back. Comes the second shooter squad. Lots of little mini Waz coming in. Good for you, little Gretchens. Good for you, buddies. Get them. Yeah. Oh! Like the 4 over 5 of them went flying. The shooter line in the back is getting pretty crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gens coming up for the Necron player. Forbidden Archive coming in, getting his summoning core. Very heavy investment into his tier 1. Orcs, meanwhile, pile of guns already up. Getting more WA banners. Power slowly ticking away. Again, for Orcs, you don't generally need more than 1, maybe 2 generators, depending on how heavy you're going on your upgrades. And if you're planning on going heavy vehicles, Orcs do quite well with just 1 gen. Most of the time you go for knobs and flash kits versus any kind of heavy vehicle play where you need all that power. Necron Lord's taking a bit of a beating, still just hanging out here. And at this point for the Necrons, he's getting another Necron Warrior squad. That's going to put him at 4. I think that missed. That generally does morale damage. He needs some more troops to try and fight this big wave up. I'd love to see a turret down here. Give him a little bit of a backbone to fight. Necron Lord jumps in immediately. He's going to start taking shooter models out. I don't know what this ability does. It's one of the slow abilities. I don't know the name of it. Please forgive me. But look at this. Necron Warriors can casually chase now. And let's see if that Necron Lord has another jump. Huge. Plenty of shooters going down. A couple sluggers died. And that was a really nice use of that artifact. I think it's one of the phylactery. There's a phase phylactery of some sort. Another gen goes down for the Orc player. I'm still keeping an eye on the Orcs. I want to see what upgrades he gets from the pile of guns. Shooters sufficiently pushed off. Now they turn around and start shooting. Gets the solar flare. Shooters are now shut down. Armor upgrade comes in. Big Mech needs to flee. He's on the wrong side of the battlefield. Sluggers as well, also on the wrong side of the battlefield. And I'm not gonna lie, I just got a strong sense of deja vu that we've already seen this fight. But I'm not for sure. I could be mistaken. I feel like we've seen this fight before play out maybe 2 or 3 more times on this channel. Orcs versus Necrons is always a really cool matchup. And shooters getting big numbers here. Knobs coming in. I don't see any big shoot. There's 1 big shooter, maybe 2. Maybe 2. Big Mech also has his knob. No other upgrades coming out. Flayed One's here to try and defend. Interesting place to put the Storm Boys. Storm Boys aren't really going to kill your generators. I guess really you're just going to get some intel and see, does he have his obelisks? How many? Get a quick gen count. It's really nice, just vision. Second upgrade coming out of the pile of guns. What is it? What is it going to be? More range DPS? More range DPS? Maybe. There it is, more range DPS. I didn't watch this beforehand, I swear. Necron's getting their 1-1 upgraded, and this is an extremely deadly timing to push into Necrons. This 1-1 upgrade for the it is just huge for most races. Flayed One's in. The Necron Lord's getting a little low. Morale broken on the Big Mech. And if you have a sufficient mass of Necron Warriors, this 1-1 upgrade is brutal. If you've only got 1 squad of Necron Warriors, don't do it. It's a trap. 200 power you could spend somewhere else, but if you have the numbers of Necron Warriors already on the field, always get this upgrade. If you can get it, maybe 30 seconds to a minute earlier, it is deadly. I mean, he could even push through his choke right now. His solar flare is off cooldown. I don't know what that slowing ability's cooldown looks like. He just got Blasteer. I believe that's for boss weapons. And it looks like the Orcs have the victory countdown. They've got most of the critical locations. We're going to do a quick ego check. 128.20 versus 80 power for the Necrons. Necrons going tier 2. Orcs, on the other hand, getting some more gens, getting their pop cap up. I believe they're close to tier 2. I always forget the exact number. And here we go. Necron players being a little scared. It's definitely good to respect the Orcs. Your Necron Lord's a little weak. Maybe he's waiting for a couple of raids. He just got the melee upgraded for his Orcs. These Storm Boys are still waiting, but there's a turret here. I mean, this turret should hold them off. He's actually taking a couple pot shots in the valley. Here we go. Here's the fight we want to see. Slow goes off from the Necron Lord, and look at this. They're trying to turn. Solar Flare goes off, gives the Necrons even more time to shoot. The problem here is they're shooting on the move. They don't do as much damage, but I mean, it's a Gauss Flare. It's going to shred you down to atoms regardless. Meanwhile, across the board here, I said Storm Boys were not gen bashers, but they're actually doing a phenomenal job one turret is not enough. I want to say that's just the melee upgrade that's letting them do some great damage. That's an expensive gen to go down, and that's it. Just flee. You did your damage. Orcs pushing back through again. Orc eco at 140-30. Really good. He's putting 2 more gens down. It's going to put him at 50 power. Still getting all of his LP upgrades. Orc's in a real comfortable position here. Just never count out your Necron opponent. He's rebuilding that generator. Got his turret upgrade in case any vehicles come in. Here's the first Wraith. If we could see 2 to 3 more Wraiths, I think this Orc army's in trouble. I'm going to keep an eye on the Dubois hut here. I'm curious as to if he's going to go for knobs or some kind of heavier tier 2 melee complement. Here we go. Wraith is here, and Wraith is going to force all of these Orcs back. He's just going to come in and just decap. Really toxic. Wraith can phase out if it needs to. There it goes, but now he's got the Storm Boys held up here. That Knob Power Claw is quite scary. Necron Lord jumps in. Solar Flare gets all of these shooters shut down. And here comes the March of the Necrons again. Wraith's coming back out. I think this Wraith went down. There it goes. It just curled up. Oh, it stood back up. I was wrong. Stood back up. It's ready to go again. Necron Lord has Scarabs as well for extra healing and range damage negation. And I hear morale breaking. Sluggers go down. I'd love to see him get a Wraith up here and decap this Orc flag. He's actually sending his workers. It's just free eco the Orcs don't need. So here we go. Look at the same thing. Wraith just skitters right through the enemy firing line. He's going to decap that as well. Deny more eco. What's going on in the HQ? Knob, Big Mac was jumped out. This Storm Boy squad, he got the Storm Boy speed ability, and look at them there, carting around. Whoa! Get away, Gretchen. Look at this, he's carting around here. They're all juiced up, these boys. Wraith again, phases right out. I want to say he's got the Wraith 1-1 upgrade. That makes them have that ability so on such a short cooldown. Wraiths can only decap, they can't recap. Wraith here doing plenty of damage on these sluggers. As I say that, he gets the snot beat out of him by the Big Mac. He stands back up. Necron Lord's in here as well. No slouch in combat. Necron Lord gets stronger as the monolith levels up. So you want to keep your Necron Lord healthy and alive. That Knob's in a scary spot here. He's slowed by this Necron Lord. It's really interesting Necron Lord build. That slugger, that shooter got hit up the hill. Very impressive. Knob going down. Very expensive losses. These shooters are on the wrong side of the Necron blob. And at this point, it's better just plant your feet and fight. Solar Flare goes down so all these vehicles can't see. Tank Buster's up. Very interesting choice. There's no Necron vehicles out. And here we go. Necrons are now in the base. Gretchens were not closed. And he definitely has the eco to do so. Out of the HQ, or out of the thing, Knobs are coming. The HQ's going up to tier, I believe that we would say that's tier 2.5 or 3 for the Orcs. And Big Mac shot down. Flaveland's getting ravaged. Fully reinforced tank bus is really odd. He's walking these Necron warriors in. Maybe he picks these Knobs down a hair. Doing good damage. If he can kill some Knobs now, he'll save himself a headache later. Where did that Necron Lord go? He went back to more sluggers. And there's no fear for these Necron warriors. They can always teleport right back to the nearest Necron structure. This is shaping up to be a good game. If we can see a couple more Knobs, we'll be in business. Storm Boys here taking the juice. And there they go. They're hunting down this Necron Lord. He's very weak. But for 150 power, he's pretty cheap at this stage in the game. Necrons are ported all the way back here. They got their relic. He is reinforcing these Necron warrior squads. What is he teching to? He's getting Wraiths, getting more flayed ones. I'd love to see at least 1 or 2 destroyers. Try and help him out with these Knobs. We have seen in the past just mass Wraiths do fantastic work. When you get to such a critical mass of Knobs. Look, there's a Mad Doc here now. And there's the flash gets. The clock is now ticking on our Necron friend. And our poor Necron Lord's really beat up. We're going to jump to the Necron point of view real quick. At 147, 60 Orcs, 90 power for the Necrons. I don't know if the Necrons have enough to go up against Flash Kids and Knobs. Here's the Knobs in the poor infantry blob. I'd love to see some flayed ones. Turret is shooting from the base, getting plenty of damage. He's kind of throwing everything he's got on the wall banners, maybe to slow down so the Flash Kids don't get out, but they're here. They're already here. Necron warriors are falling over like tin soldiers. And these flayed ones here, I don't think they're going to be enough. I just don't think they're going to be enough. Great little fight here. Flamelons are one of the heavier melee units in the game, but again, you're versing orcs in melee. That's not a good fight for anybody. Necron Lord here. Let's see if he solar flares anybody. He puts this AoE slowdown again. I'm going to look this up after the game. Big Mac getting a sync kill there. Knobs are actually falling. But this orc shooter blob. Oh, man. Oh, man. Here we go. A little Gretchen on top. He's really firing away up there. Beautiful. And there's not much left for these Necrons. I think the Necron Lord fell. Two rectangles, and it looks like the Necron player GG's out. Ooh, man. I really thought the Necron player was doing quite well there. I mean, I guess not with 7 knobs. I mean, this whole squad's pretty beat up. I'm not sure why he chose to engage under this. Very interesting tactical choice. He had nice map control. I mean, if we look at the orc here, the orc was held at halfway. Yeah, he had the middle point. Maybe get a couple destroyers out. He had his advanced summoning core. I'm not a Necron wizard. Does that qualify for pariahs? Or do you need to be Necron tier 3, if you will? The second monolith upgrade. I mean, yeah, I mean, the Necron was in a good spot. I feel like he threw all this away. I feel like a lot of Necron players get to this point where they feel like it's over. Most races do not want to face knobs, so I completely understand where he's coming from. But I find it always curious when Necron players GG out so early, when they can take those losses better than most races. They can get an army a little bit quicker in there with their revives. If the Necron Lord took that ability, or even with the Solar Flare, you can change a battle like that for the Necrons. So, I mean, militarily, the scores were relatively close, 85-65. Army size, orcs were a little bit larger. 9k wreck gathered by the orcs. Only 5k from the Necrons. Maybe he was just out of gas. One more gen is a little risky, but again, he had the time. The orc player wasn't really pushing towards his base anytime soon. You know, maybe throw a couple turrets down on that high ground. And there you have it. Dawn of War Stronghold. 12 a.m. Almost 1 a.m. now. Again, this is the only video in this batch. We're going to test out and see how this looks. It looks gorgeous. We tested it on stream, and it looked great while I was streaming. So, hopefully, this works. There's going to be a super scammy clickbait title on the top of this video. If you did enjoy the video, and if you've been sticking with us so far, thank you so much. Keep your ears out. There will be news on the tournament very soon. I've been talking with the Emperor Danish Boy. We're working out a couple more kinks. We got some cool stuff coming down the pike. I am streaming every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at about 8 p.m. Eastern, so look out for that. We do a lot of team games, Discord games, training sessions with the newer players, and even intermediate, and we have pros in there willing to teach guys. Trying to build the community. And again, leave a like down below. Let me know if you liked the video, but only if you liked it. I don't want any pity, okay? Get that shit out of here. If you didn't like it, please comment why you didn't like it, okay? I want to hear. I want to read. I like to read it in the Emperor's voice. Anyway, this video is going on long enough. Unseen Strike out.